So I'm making this quick video to show you guys how we made this super simple and easy DIY tomb for our Easter 2025 services here at Cedarbrook Church. It was a super cool moment at the beginning of the service when the stone was rolled away and it kind of looked like it was just being done, magically without being able to see anyone there. I'll explain how we did that. But first, you can see that, from a distance, it actually looks pretty good. I had a lot of people asking me what material we used because clearly it's not actual stone, whether it was paper mache or what it was. But you can see actually, as I move up closer, that all it is a wooden frame with a little bit of chicken wire and stuff covered up by paper. It's just crumpled up paper that we used. That we found this, it's called wrapping paper, but it kind of reminds me of construction paper on Amazon. Just crumpled up big sheets of that, laid it over the top, and then used some double-sided tape to kind of cover up the creases so you can't see them from a distance. And so that really made up the main portion of the tomb. The trickiest part was probably the stone. That was a hand-constructed piece of, or I guess I should say a couple pieces of plywood that were put together with some pegs in the middle. And then that actually has a pipe sticking out of it that goes through this little seam that we have in here. So if we move to the inside, you can see it's just a wooden frame with a little bit of chicken wire that has all of the construction paper around the outside. Now we did do a double layer because this paper rips really easily, as you can see in a couple places here. So we were afraid that if it ripped, we didn't want it to go straight through. So we ended up doing a double layer just to be safe, and that seemed to work out really well. Over here, we did use some plywood to kind of cover up everything other than this little seam, which is where this pipe passes through. And so in order to open the tomb up, they would just go the opposite way. But you just roll this pipe, which is attached to the inside of the stone here. And then there's this little black marker that kind of shows how it's supposed to go through here. And then if I go walk through to the other side, which we have all covered up back here, by the way, this was just a light that was kind of left with us by a photographer. It's always been too bright to really use for anything else for video purposes. And so it worked perfectly for this, but I think any light would do. We also put this fabric up here in order to kind of block off anyone who's going in or out of the tomb from being seen from anyone out in the congregation. But from the outside, you can see that we cut a little slit coming through here, which is easy to see up close, but actually from a distance, it was really hard to see. And so when we had someone open up the tomb at the beginning of the service, it was really hard to tell that there was anything going on other than the stone just rolling away. So it created this really powerful moment at the beginning of the service to be able to do that. And then at the end of the service, we actually had some people who shared their testimonies during the message, running out of the grave, running out of the tomb. And so it created a really powerful worship experience for a lot of people. And this was a super simple thing to be able to construct and put together. And so hopefully this helps you guys know how you might want to do the same thing or do something similar at your church this Easter season. Check out this video to enjoy and see how it went at our church.
Oh, I see an empty grave.